Los Angeles. The arrival of the new year in California brought with it broad legalization of marijuana, a much-anticipated change that comes 2 decades after the state was the first to allow pot for medical use. The nation's most populous state joins a growing list of other states, and the nation's capital, where so-called recreational marijuana is permitted even though the federal government continues to classify pot as a controlled substance like heroin and LSD. Pot is now legal in California for adults 21 and older, and individuals can grow up to 6 plants and possess as much as an ounce of the drug. But finding a retail outlet to buy non-medical pot in California won't be easy, at least initially. Only about 90 businesses received state licenses to open on New Year's Day. They are concentrated in San Diego, Santa Cruz, the San Francisco Bay Area, and the Palm Springs area. Los Angeles and San Francisco are among the many cities where recreational pot will not be available right away because local regulations were not approved in time to start issuing city licenses needed to get state permits. Meanwhile, Fresno, Bakersfield and Riverside are among the communities that have adopted laws forbidding recreational marijuana sales. For those who worked for this day, the shift offered joyful relief. "We're thrilled," said Khalil Mutawakkil, founder of Kind Peoples, which grows and sells weed in Santa Cruz. "We can talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of the specific regulations, but at the end of the day it's a giant step forward, and we'll have to work out the kinks as we go." The state banned loco weed in 1913, according to a history by the National Organization for the Reform of Marijuana Laws, the pot advocacy group known as NORML. The first attempt to undo that by voter initiative in 1972 failed, but 3 years later felony possession of less than an ounce was downgraded to a misdemeanor. In 1996, over the objections of law enforcement, President Clinton's drug czar and 3 former presidents, California voters approved marijuana for medicinal purposes. 20 years later, voters approved legal recreational use and gave the state a year to write regulations for a legal market that would open in 2018. Today, 29 states have adopted medical marijuana laws. In 2012, Colorado and Washington became the first states to legalize recreational marijuana. Since then, 5 more states have passed recreational marijuana laws, including Massachusetts, where retail sales are scheduled to begin in July. Even with other states as models, the next year is expected to be a bumpy one in California as more shops open and more stringent regulations take effect on the strains known as Sweet Skunk, Trainwreck and Russian Assassin. The California Police Chiefs Association, which opposed the 2016 ballot measure, remains concerned about stoned drivers, the risk to young people and the cost of policing the new rules in addition to an existing black market. "There's going to be a public health cost and a public safety cost enforcing these new laws and regulations," said Jonathan Feldman, a legislative advocate for the Chiefs. "It remains to be seen if this can balance itself out."